Wednesday with Wendy and reading.
And I'm
Oh
sorry
my gosh,
I'm late.
yes.
I had toe issues, and then in the middle of it, girls will understand. Some women will understand. I had my mascara issue.
Oh
and
my
when
gosh.
I tried to fix it, it just made my whole eye black. I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I do wear mascara.
Yeah, that's how I am
so
too.
then I had to take a makeup wipe and wipe it all off,
and
then
fix that.
repowder, and then apply. So
Oh my gosh.
anyway, hey
Woo!
Sarah.
Let's go, y'all.
Hey Kelsey. Hey Yoshi. Hey Sarah. Hey E.T. So Sarah, I hear that you're somewhat close to us. So, there may have to be. Yes,
That's
Kelsey.
so real.
It's like, oh my gosh.
So,
anyway, we were talking about hillbilly hot dogs and stuff. Quack and I took a trip to where you live. I don't know if you want me to say it, so I'm just going to say. Anyway, we had to, he was delivering.
it's a while ago.
They had an oven or something, a stove that they think is what it was, that they needed delivered there. And so he offered to do it. And, and then so we put it in our van and we drove there. And it was really fun. We stayed like overnight and then had hillbilly hot dogs. Yep.
Yeah. Super good. I heard they're super good. I never had them.
Oh, yes, Dev. Can you say, like, I think it was deep fried, the one we had. I don't know. They're so good. There's all kinds. Look it up. It's amazing. You want to try hillbilly hot dogs?
I heard
hey, memes.
So
hey,
big.
Memes. Okay, so today we are doing 2 butt or faces.
Yes!
Then we finish this, and it's overdue at the library. I have to take it back today.
We have.
So we're doing 2, the last final.
The
2.
game show.
So everyone's favorite game show.
Butt or face! Let's get it. I gotta turn it up. There we go. They can hear it. Let's go!
Well, you would think it's the last ones. But I have another book called Butt or Face. Revenge of the Butts, I think, or something. I don't know. Revenge of something.
Revenge of
shit. Okay, I have to look. The last one we had,
Was that weird
ant. The weird, what was it called? The turtle ant. Okay, so ready?
Oh, gosh.
Is this a butt or face? It looks like a shirt from the 80s.
What?
It's all pastel.
How are we supposed to guess
and
that?
stripe.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
This is
look
like
at that prediction.
Here we go. Let's get it.
Okay.
I did it for way too long. It's fine. We can end.
I accidentally saw it, so I'm not going to vote. Take on it. I don't like to look ahead because I like to vote too.
It's got to be a fish, right?
It does look like sushi. It looks like a shirt from the 80s. Right, Quack? Like all striped and like kind of like bright, but sort of like.
That's what I'm saying, memes. Hold on, I'm looking at it myself because I want to see.
And it almost looks.
What are you even supposed to vote?
I don't even know.
I have no idea.
It's like they saved the tricky ones for the end. I don't know. You right.
What?
I know, right.
I'm going with what do you guys think? They are gambling so hard right now.
Wait, this is an actual for channel points?
This is for, we have 16,000 channel points.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh! What do you guys think?
You know what?
Oh, you can't vote.
I think
It could be a face, it could be trick.
I think I'm gonna make a Twitch channel for people with gambling issues.
Oh my gosh!
Y'all can come there. E.T. would butt for the meme.
It's a fish. We know. I
don't
know.
know.
It's gotta be a fish. But listen, what is it though? There are so many of those already, Wendy. Come on. That's pronounced salmon in Ohio.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jacob.
Come on.
Because then y'all.
All right, we're gonna end the submissions.
Your all new names will be Chow Fan Broken Real Life.
Last thing, last chance to gamble.
Okay, we will last chance. Okay.
Last chance. We spawned them in with the
Oh, why is the wheel music playing?
Because we're doing the
butt or face. Okay.
What's gonna happen?
meme says if it's a butt.
I was entering it. No. Remember when I say your last chance? It means 10 seconds. What? Wait, where?
That's what they showed.
Oh!
It's a fish!
No way! Are you kidding me?
It's a pelican!
It's some W's for
You
Pelican.
voted butt.
Wow!
The face of the Australian pelican.
Wow!
That's actually beautiful. Look.
It eats
I'm sorry,
fish.
that's beautiful.
I love Pelipper. So realistic.
You
wow.
Oh, it counts. Yep. That's a beak. What is part of his face?
That's perfect.
They use their pouch to scoop
I knew
up food, and pouch is their pouch part of their beak. They catch fish by diving from the surface of the water. Sometimes they work together to drive fish to shallower waters. Oh, kind of like you guys pushing teams into storm, out of storm. Where it's easier to catch them. Any water drains out of its pouch before it swallows its whole meal.
That's the plan,
Ooh,
Dev.
is the
I made
pouch-
mistakes.
Is the pouch like?
I made mistakes, Dev.
Is the pouch like? Oh, I didn't know.
Mistakes were made.
Face the facts. This species has the longest bill of any bird on the planet, up to 18.5 inches or 47 centimeters long. Also, the Australian pelican is found
Hungry.
in Australia, New Guinea, Fiji, as well as parts of Indonesia and New Zealand.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay,
We got one more. Is this the last one?
this is the last.
We have to restart the music. We need more intense music.
It says,
for
do you
this one.
feel like an expert now? Try this last one.
It's time for the last one, guys!
All right, ready?
It can't be face back to back. It could be. This is. Here we go.
I think I already...
I think I know. I think I know. Without knowing. Don't say anything. Don't say it. We got a prediction online.
So it's...
Don't say it.
There's a prediction...
Wait, is it a trick one though?
The prediction might have to be reflected.
Alright, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. Here we go.
Oh my.
How would that be a butt? Yeah? But let's see. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Look again.
Oh my. No way.
Butt or face? Again, I know the answer, so I can't, like...
No.
It could be an eye, but it could be a type of hole.
Oh my god.
I know what you're saying, E.G. That's hilarious.
That's a face. I don't know what's happening in this game.
Yes, you did, E.T. You go, girl.
Well, we get a little wacky during Wednesday with Wendy anyway, so why are y'all gambling? Oh my. It's so fun though.
Yep, so I have it. The next book is called Butt or Face. I think it's Revenge of the Butts or something. I don't know.
Oh, I have
There's
extra points on
also-
this need. I love it.
Oh, that's also. I think there's one Butt or Face like gross edition. So
That sounds horrifying.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that sounds horrifying. That sounds like...
Maybe if we run out of Butter Faces, I'll just find some myself. Although that would be a weird Google search.
Yo!
Animal butts.
Dude! Dude!
I don't think I want to know.
You know what? I think that's a bad idea, Mom.
Nobody Google that. Nobody Google that.
That's a bad idea. Yes.
I think that would give me nightmares.
Yeah, that will get you on a list. Yeah. That'll give you that will give you emotional damage. Don't go to DeviantArt. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I found out the hard way when I looked up Waluigi on the beach when I was trying to find like him in the summer outfits. No, that was
No.
no.
All right, here we go.
I'd rather eat one of those side jellies again than to look at that search again. Okay, ready?
Oh,
All right. Is the poll ready?
It is.
Okay.
I like how they're invested.
Well, you ready? Trick question. It's the face of the pearlfish inside the butt of a sea cucumber.
Bro. So
everybody wins. So
bro.
yeah, you guys knew.
A free refund.
Oh my gosh. So pearlfish. I'm sorry. Now that I know that's what that is, that's gross.
That's
Anyway.
the weirdest thing.
Pearlfish are parasites that make their homes inside sea cucumbers. All I can think of with sea cucumbers is that one guy from SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh.
What's his name? Kevin?
Yes.
The head of the jellyfish club or something?
Oh my gosh.
He was such a jerk face. Didn't he? I don't know. Anyway, sea cucumbers breathe. Sea cucumbers breathe through this opening, which also serves as the door to the pearlfish's home. They breathe through their butts?
Oh my gosh, it's like all over again.
It is! Beyond the backside. The pearlfish not only lives inside the sea cucumber's bottom, but they also eat some of the sea cucumber's organs. What a rude guess. Don't worry too much about the sea cucumber, though. Fortunately, it can regenerate its organs.
My brain, man.
It is getting weirder,
Oh my
weirder.
gosh. That's so weird.
And by the way,
bro.
like 3 people have this on hold. There's 11 copies in our library system of this book, and they're
It's
all
popular.
checked out with 3 more people.
We're obsessed.
Anyway, face the facts. While sea cucumbers might be found in any marine environment, pearlfish live in tropical regions of the Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific Oceans.
Wow.
And then it says at the end, this is cute, animal identification can be tricky. The next time you observe wildlife, look again. Appearances are not always what they seem. Many animals have specific features that help them survive.
Yep.
Living creatures use their faces to eat, smell, communicate, and protect themselves. Animal rear ends are more than just a way to move around, sit comfortably, or get rid of waste. They help to connect with a companion, confuse potential prey, and defend against predators. By learning more about animals, we can help protect them and their habitats. In the animal world, sometimes your butt will save your face, and your face just might save your butt.
Oh my gosh. Y'all twins?
That was
Yes,
a W! That was a W!
Yes, this is my mom. And yeah, she's on every Wednesday.
Yep.
That's it, guys.
That was great.
That's it. Let's go.
Da, 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 da. So next we'll have Butterface 2, Revenge of the Butt.
Yes, we have to. It's too good. We have too much fun.
Oh my god.
Doom. Oh my gosh,
Feel
bro.
the wrath of doom.
I think that's coming out today. My first reaction to the Star Destroyer, and I said, "Feel the wrath of doom."
That Star Destroyer.
They are kids' books.
Yes, Brony, and there's actually a whole list, a whole librarian chosen list at our Cincinnati Hamilton County Public Library of butt books.
Beautiful
Bootyful
collection.
A bootyful collection it was called. And it's all these. I have more. I have one to read
my
that
gosh.
says, "Do bulldozers have a butt?"
That's pretty funny, Mom. The book. Yep. We're gonna read our storybook Bible. Let's go.
And how do you even segue from Butterface to
I don't know.
the Jesus storybook Bible?
I think if you were to sum up our stream, this is probably it. That's what I said.
A whole
We go
lot of
from
Jesus
Goofy,
and a
and then
whole
we
lot
have
of
all these other things
stuff.
happening. That's why I was telling ET earlier. It's like a whole lot of Jesus, but then we have some chaos.
So we've already kind of read a few of the beginning stories from the Bible, and the whole point is that, like, you know, Jesus is there and he's interwoven through it. So we saw him there in creation and all the amazing things, and how God also created you and I in his image, and how beautiful that is, and how he also created you and I and Hannah and Jacob and Quack and all of us really uniquely special, you know, for our time here on Earth. And then we read about Adam and Eve, and how they had an encounter with Satan in the form of a snake, of a serpent, and he tricked them.
Mm-hmm.
He tricked them into eating the fruit, so then they had knowledge. He lied to them just discreetly enough to call into question God's motives. And we saw that normally it would be a bad ending, because they got kicked out of the garden. They now, you know, we're going to their lives on earth would end and they would have death here because God didn't want them living forever separated from him. And it just would have been horrible. But we see that God had other plans, even from before he made them. And,
I didn't know I was in the VC.
oh,
We could have gotten a real jump scare.
oh, well, that could have been, that would have been funny.
Thanks, Mitten.
Anyway, so here we are. So we got done with that part. And like I said, we learned that, you know, in a normal story, that would have been a really terrible ending, like the end of a Shakespeare tragedy, and that would have sucked. But God, he loves us so much. So he has other things planned in his perfectness and his perfection and perfect justice and perfect love. So
here we go.
Today, we're going to read a story. And this says, A New Beginning. And a lot of you will know this story. It's the story of Noah's Ark. And it's from Genesis 6 through 9 in the Bible. So, all right. Time passed and many people filled the earth. Everyone everywhere had forgotten about God and were only doing bad things all the time. God's heart was filled with pain when he saw what had happened to the world he loved. Everywhere was disease and death and destruction, all the things God hates most. Now Noah was God's friend, which was odd in those days because no one else was. Noah listened to God. He talked to God. He just loved being with God, like you do with your best friend. Like all of us spending time together. It's like that. Noah, God said, things have gone wrong. People have filled my world with hate instead of love. They're destroying themselves and each other and my world. I must stop them. First, we'll build an ark. Do you know how to build an ark? Yeah, well, neither did Noah. Luckily, God knew. And he would show him.
God wouldn't ask me. He knows my limits.
Yeah.
That's why I was born this time. Oh, my.
Oh, good, Spooky Laser. I'm going to look that up. Thank you, Awkward Cookie.
Thank you, Cookie. I appreciate it.
So God actually told Noah exactly all the measurements. And,
yeah, it's crazy.
Smitten, chill out. That's from the mom. Knock it off. For real. Anyway.
Oh,
okay.
my.
Sorry, I know we're recording this, but I'm just was like...
That's going to be in a YouTube video. Smitten, chill out.
You don't want a mom ban right now. Or
mom
timeout. Okay, and keep going. A storm is coming, God told Noah, but I will rescue you. I promise. I'll send the animals to you, ones that creep and crawl and slither and slime and gallop and hop and bound and climb. And don't forget to pack everyone's food. The storm was going to wash away all the hate and the sadness and everything that had gone wrong and make the world clean again. God had thought up a way to keep Noah safe, but Noah would have to trust God and do exactly what God told him. So Noah built an ark, short for a very large boat. Noah's neighbors came out to watch and point and laugh because they didn't believe Noah about the boat or the storm or needing to be rescued. And Noah must have looked rather silly. His boat was in the desert. The desert was nowhere near the sea, and there wasn't even a cloud in the sky. Why would anyone need an umbrella, let alone a boat?
Holy cow. Look at that. That's cool. I'm going to show this too. And they're all pointing and laughing. You know it, Spooky Laser.
Yes, sir. But Noah didn't mind so much what other people thought. He minded what God thought. So he just did what God told him to do. And when the ark was ready, God said, "All aboard." And Noah's family and all the animals climbed inside. And then God shut the door.
I love the bird one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Sophie. Oh my gosh, there's like a bug and a snail. Heck yeah.
Yep, Sarah. And it started raining. For minutes, that joined up into hours, that joined up into days, that joined up into weeks and weeks.
Just imagine how long.
Right? Joined up into puddles, that joined up into rivers, that joined up into lakes, that joined up into a flood that covered the whole world. Their boat that had once seemed so big suddenly seemed very small. But in the middle of the huge storm, and the crashing waves, and all the thunder and lightning, through it all, God was with them. And God kept them safe for 40 long days and for 40 long nights. Finally, the rain stopped. The sun came out, and Noah threw open all the windows. "Hooray!" everyone shouted. Noah sent his dove out to explore, and it wasn't long before she brought him back a fresh olive leaf. And everyone knew exactly what that meant. She had found a tree and land. The water was going down.
Woo! Heck yeah! Smoking laser, let's go. I wanted to see, I just wanted to see, there was more details and I wanted to show them. With the fish and everything. I just wanted to show that.
That's a pointy mountain.
That's hilarious. All right.
At last, the boat landed quite suddenly on top of a great mountain. As soon as it was safe, God said, "Out you come!" And so they did. Everyone skipping and dancing onto dry land. The first thing that Noah did was to thank God for rescuing them, just as he had promised. And the first thing God did was to make another promise. "I won't ever destroy the world again." And like a warrior who puts away his bow and arrow at the end of a great battle, God said, "See, I have hung up my bow in the clouds."
That's cool.
And there in the clouds, just where the storm meets the sun, was a beautiful bow made of light. It was a new beginning in God's world. It wasn't long before everything went wrong again, but God wasn't surprised. He knew this would happen. That's why, before the beginning of time, he had another plan. A better plan. A plan not to destroy the world, but to rescue it. A plan to one day send his own son, the rescuer. God's strong anger against hate and sadness and death would come down once more, but not on his people or his world. No, God's war bow was not pointing down at his people. It was pointing up into the heart of heaven.
Dang.
Now, we could read one more story if you wanted to. Do you think we have time for one more?
I mean, it's up to you.
What do you guys think?
Should we do another one?
One more? It's up to you guys. I mean, we could go a half an hour extra since Jacob's not streaming.
Right?
But...
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think it's a long one. We'll end on something maybe a little happier.
Yes.
This isn't. When I was a kid, I had a storybook Bible, and they told that story with pictures that were just not, back in my day.
Back in my day.
It was like that. So, this is called A Giant Staircase to Heaven. The Tower of Babel from Genesis 11.
Dude.
And if you've ever heard of the Babel app that teaches language, that name comes from this story. So. I sense a timeout coming.
Yeah, sharing Discord servers is not allowed anywhere. So, we'll we can time them out. You can just time them out right away if you want, or, yeah. For like 10 minutes.
We'll have to do that. All right. Noah and his family lived in the land, and his children had children. And those children had more children, and then those children had even more. Well, you get the picture. Until there were lots of people on the earth once more. Now, back then, everyone spoke exactly the same language. So you didn't need to learn Swahili or Japanese or anything, because you could say hello to anyone and they knew what you meant. Here's a fun fact. Quack took Swahili in college.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and guess what? He bought a used textbook that had all the answers in it. All the answers to all the questions.
He was trying to post ours, but I know you're trying to troll.
Yeah, during this. Anyway, so he actually would always get all the answers right in class when the teacher was like going through the workbook. Because he had the answers already filled in, and then, but then he didn't do well on the test, and the teacher couldn't understand why he was like one of the best students in class, and then that happened. So
no, he definitely can't.
Yeah,
spook a laser. Yeah.
One day, everyone was talking, and they came up with an idea. Let's build ourselves a beautiful city to live in. It can be our home, and we'll be safe forever and ever. And then they had another idea. Ooh, and let's build a really tall tower to reach up to heaven.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Oh wow, look at that.
Wow.
Do you want to show the picture first?
Yeah.
That's really cool how it's like that. They changed
wow.
it to that. We're still praying for you, Sai. He said he was feeling a little bit better today. Mm-hmm. Still not great, but better.
I've been praying for you every day.
Yes, they said. We'll say, look at us up here, and everyone will look up at us, and we'll look down on them, and then we'll know that we are something, and we'll be like God. We'll be famous, and we'll be safe and happy, and everything will be all right. So they got to work. Brick by brick, the tower grew higher and higher until it soared above the city, touching the sky. They built stairs in the tower to climb to the top. It was like a giant staircase to heaven. Look, they cheered, we're the ones. See what we can do with our very own hands.
And God's resources.
Right? And they were quite pleased with themselves. That reminds me of E.T.'s story about the person who wanted to challenge God to make a person out of dirt. So God said, okay. So the guy picks up dirt, and then God's like, oh, no, get your own dirt. That was the best story, E.T. I love that. But God wasn't pleased with them, because God could see what they were doing. They were trying to live without him. But God knew that that wouldn't make them happy, or safe, or anything. If they kept on like this, they would only destroy themselves. And God loved them too much to let that happen. So, he stopped their plans.
Yep.
And if it was Fortnite, he would shoot their bill down. But he didn't do that.
Get sent to the lobby.
Oh, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
One morning, they went to work as usual, but everything was different. Their words were all new and funny. You see, God had given each person a completely different language.
Bro was speaking Ohioan for real.
Suddenly, no one understood what anyone else was saying. Someone would say, how do you do? And the other person thought they said, how ugly are you? It wasn't funny. You could be saying something nice like, such a lovely morning, and get a punch in the nose, because they thought you said, hush up, you're boring. You couldn't even say pardon to check if you'd heard right, because no one would understand that word either.
That's wild.
It wasn't easy to work together after that, as you can only imagine. People were always quarreling and fighting, and getting in a dreadful muddle and becoming grumpier and grumpier, until at last, they were all too cross to keep on building, and they just had to stop.
That's wild, though. The guy hanging off the ladder, like, ah.
Agreed, E.T. Can you imagine sitting around with Jesus playing some Fortnite?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing he would win every time.
He'd be the,
You definitely want to be on his squad.
he'd be the healer.
He would be. He would be. He'd be rezzing everybody. He'd be rezzing the whole game.
Anyway, the game would never end.
No, I was just going to say it would
He'd
just
just be
go on
walking
and
on water
on.
across the way. He definitely would help E.T. with their fall damage.
Yep, yep. Oh my gosh.
And Yoshi.
After that, people scattered all over the world, which is how we ended up with so many different languages to this day. You see, God knew that however high they reached, however hard they tried, people could never get back to heaven by themselves. People didn't need a staircase. They needed a rescuer.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way back to heaven wasn't a staircase. It was a person. People could never reach up to heaven, so heaven would have to come down to them. And one day, it would.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, that's funny, Quack. Oh my.
He's not affected by the storm. He tells the storm, change zones. And it does.
My gosh.
I think that's it.
Wow.
Yep.
That's good. That's good stuff right there.
Yep, yep. This is good. I love this.
Nice. That was really
glad our
nice.
Pastor Chuck Mingo, he shared this one week, and it's so good. If anyone's curious, it's called The Jesus Storybook Bible. Yep.
So good.
I love you guys all so much.
Mommy too.
I'm so glad you get to let me share in your Fortnite games and
Yeah.
Wednesday with Wendy, even when I'm running late and I have mascara all over my face and my toes are bleeding and I got
Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna end this segment. We're doing an outro, but we're not actually leaving. We're gonna do Disney as its own segment. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We're gonna have this. Actually, it will be on YouTube after the stream. So this is awesome. Thank y'all. And bye.